the hiring process. Those three words evoke a bad taste in the mouth of both job seekers and employers. I personally have experience on the employer side. I post a job on Craigslist, Monster, and CareerBuilder. And what do I get? I get an inbox inundated with applications. I might get 300 applications, and out of those 300, 290 are a complete waste of time. Some are spam, some don't have resumes, some aren't even relevant with their experience. But how do I find the 10 out of those 300 that matter to me, that I want to potentially hire and have work at my company? I spend hours sifting through the noise to find those 10 best and reach out to them. That system is broken. Let's have a look on the other side of the coin, for the job seekers. What do I want as a job seeker? Well, I know I'm one of hundreds of applications, but how does my resume or cover letter, the one that's spot on, the one that's perfect for the job I applied to, get noticed? How do I do that? As a job seeker, I also want to know when my application's viewed. I also want to know what the employer thought of me. I'm Joe Essenfeld, this is Peter Margulies, and we created Local Bacon to fix the fundamental problems that exist for both job seekers and employers. Because let me tell you, Monster, CareerBuilder, and Craigslist, they're broken. This is Local Bacon. This is our job search page. On the left side, you'll see we have Ajax controls that do dynamic search updates so the job seeker never has to refresh the page when they're searching for jobs. They can search by category, compensation, and location. While they're browsing for jobs, we make it easy for them to save them, so they go on the right panel to come back and apply to the jobs that best match what they're looking for. So let's go ahead and apply to a job. That luxury link job looks great. Okay, in this individual job listing screen at Local Bacon, you'll notice that all of the jobs are listed the same. We have a uniform format, and we handpick every single job that's posted on our site. That means that they're all full-time opportunities. There's no multi-level marketing. There's no scams. This is quality jobs for our quality candidates. Now, getting back to what job seekers want. Job seekers want to get noticed. On our website, the employers and recruiters that we work with know that job seekers pay to apply on Local Bacon, and they notice that. In addition, employers and recruiters agree to give feedback and allow the job seeker to know when they view their application. Now, all these things that we're giving job seekers, these are worth something. So we asked job seekers what they'd be willing to pay. We surveyed 2,000 online job seekers. 75% of job seekers 18 to 24 said they would pay to apply on Local Bacon, and this is how much they said they'd be willing to pay. I was very surprised to see how many would pay over $9 to apply to one job. But at Local Bacon, we're not interested in charging $9 to apply to a job. We're going to start at 99 cents. And this is how our system works. When you go to apply to a job, as a job seeker, you can purchase job credits. This is basically a virtual currency for our site. The more job credits you buy, the more of a discount we're going to give you. Job credits also allow us to add on other services that will generate revenue as our concept evolves. So let's go ahead and pay to apply to this job. This lands the job in our application center. This is mission control for a job seeker. It also has one of my favorite technology features for the site. This is our integration of iPaper directly into our site. So when you upload a resume, like this one, which obviously looks fantastic, it gets streamed directly in iPaper, and it'll convert it from a Word doc or a PDF file. So now that we've confirmed this is the resume we want to attach to this application, a job seeker applies by selecting the position they're looking for, picking their resume and their cover letter, and then sending the application in. That job was just applied for. That's how easy it is for job seekers to apply on Local Bacon. Let's hop over to the employer side and see what it looks like for them. This is a sample employer account we created. It's got 3 jobs, so let's take a look at the advertising sales manager. If you notice this interface, we try to make it as familiar for the employer and recruiter to use so they're not changing their behavior. On the left side, we categorize candidates as new, as flagged, or as shelved. In this example, these are all the new candidates for this advertising sales manager position. So an employer would log in, look through this list, and let's go ahead and take a look at Tom Tolbertson. Here's Tom's cover letter. And you know what? I think Tom's cover letter looks pretty good. So let's take a look at his resume. Also good. Tom might be a candidate I'm going to want to bring into my organization. So I'm going to go ahead and classify Tom and flag him. Now, if I'm an organization that has an ATS system and I flag a candidate on Local Bacon, that information gets immediately sent to my ATS so I can handle that internally. And Local Bacon is done with that candidate. Now, if Tom unfortunately wasn't who I was looking for, when I shelve him, that information gets passed to Tom, and as an employer, I gain credibility for giving transparency to my process without changing my behavior of handling candidates. Tom, however, is a great candidate, so let's flag him. And as soon as we flag him, he gets an email that his application was viewed and that he was flagged. So now he's expecting that communication from the employer. We created Local Bacon to solve the fundamental problems that exist for both job seekers and employers. Thank you.
Okay, thoughts on people paying 99 cents to apply for a job in order to fix the problem of Craigslist, deluge of resumes? What do you guys think?
I personally love the idea of turning the job boards business upside down. I mean, all the problems you articulated I hear over and over from people who try to recruit. And no one seems to be satisfied with existing job boards from, Monster and Career Builder, et cetera. So I love this idea. I think I've seen a couple of companies recently that are trying to turn it upside down, give away the listings for free to the to the employers, basically, and let the seekers pay. I really like the idea. I'd love you to maybe think about clever ways of extracting more value. Not all jobs are worth 99 cents. Should you perhaps have a reverse auction system where people know that the top 5 bidders gain visibility to the employer, and that way you guys can maybe get $20 for the guys trying to apply for a financial analyst position. Very interesting ways to extract a lot more value from that business, but I really like the idea.
Thank you, that's a great idea.
Well, I wanted to start off by complimenting the app because I thought it was really smoothly functioning. I thought that the search, the Ajax was all really, really well done. And then I guess my question to you is around the social component. Because I think for a lot of people, when they look at jobs, and we've certainly seen that some of the best leads for us come from either referrals or from references. So I think there is an opportunity to build into your application some social aspects, people you've worked with before, references. What are your thoughts on that?
I definitely think that's going to be an essential component as job searching evolves, because the social component is affecting all of us more and more. So I think working with Facebook Connect and other referrals and possibly using our job credit system as an incentive to push that social process along is a great idea.
Yeah, you talked about, as from the employer's perspective, knowing that the applicants are paying to be part of the system. And speaking for Zappos, we would much rather have some sort of essay questions or so on that shows that they actually, to us, that proves that they actually are interested specifically in Zappos. It's not that they were willing to pay 99 cents or $9 and so on. And so for us, I guess I didn't see that component to it. It seemed more like it was inviting just the masses to come and apply, whoever's willing to pay 99 cents.
Yeah, I definitely don't see this concept working for every employer. I think there's certain cultures that might conflict with that, with the applicants paying, and we've thought about it, and we're really trying to make the system so it doesn't feel like you're just paying and you get the job. We're really giving services to the job seekers that the other job boards are getting, and that's what they're paying for. So they're not paying to get a job at Zappos, they're paying to use a better website.
Mm-hmm.
Do you let the employer sort the list of applicants according to some ranking? Because it seems like once you got 100 or 200 applicants for a job, it might be unwieldy just to have them in chronological order. Is that the order they're in currently?
Well, we literally just built this platform, and those are features that we want to add on, and I would consider some of those to be freemium features. The idea of building an ultralight ATS is something we're working on and releasing shortly, where employers can literally post their job to every website. So they can come to Local Bacon, post on Monster, Craigslist, and we won't upcharge it. We just want them using our site as their central location to post their jobs and manage candidates.
Another idea might be to think of Mechanical Turk, sort of to Tony's idea. Maybe you can have the employer divide up certain tasks, that they want completed. It might be writing an essay about why they're passionate about Zappos. For them, it could be a whole host of other applications for other companies, solve this particular problem, quizzes, whatever it is. And in a Mechanical Turk fashion, you again get the candidate to demonstrate their desire for the job, because that's really the problem that you're solving for the employer.
That's true.
That's a good idea, Rulof. If you want to apply to YC this fall, we'd be happy to see that one.
Did you say you interface with ATS systems like JobVite and so on?
Yeah, Taleo would be the leader in the ATS category, but yeah. Sorry, you say how do we integrate with them?
No, do you integrate with?
It's a
applicant
client-by-client
trackers?
basis. So if we have an employer that has an agreement with Taleo, they have to go to Taleo and say, we'd like to take this data feed, and then we just simply send them the data however they want it.
So you send JobVite the data feed? Like we use the JobVite at Zappos.
So the way it would work, if you wanted to get candidates from Local Bacon, you would send an email to JobVite and say, we want to integrate these candidates as a front end for JobVite. And then they give us the API call, and we just send them the data. So when you would log in and flag a candidate, that would then immediately get shot to JobVite. So we're filtering the candidates, so you don't have to have, if you have 30 and you only want to put 5 into your ATS, then just take those 5 from Local Bacon and leave the other 25, and we'll take care of them.
I'm just wondering, from our recruiter's perspective, do they now have to log into JobVite for part of the process and log into Local to Bacon for part of the process, and it's just one more tool for them to use?
For the candidate screening, which is usually the most messy part, that would be the extra step. So we're going to bring them candidates that are paying to apply, so it's going to be a higher quality candidate. So they can simply flag them, and then they take them out of the Local Bacon process and into their ATS system.
Okay, great. Let's thank Local Bacon. Next up, RefMob.